Oh, we got about 15 minutes before the sun sinks below the ridge line of hills up there. So last nice warm light of the day. Last view of the river. Got my tent all set up. Spot there for a fire, but once again tonight I'm too tired to bother. I might have a few sips of bourbon and ibuprofen and call it a night. I'm going to be protected by the tree monster tonight. I'll show you. Look at that guy. He looks pretty mean. You can see a tinge of what passes for the morning sun on the trees over there, the bank of the river. Getting ready to say goodbye to my campsite for the night. Everything's packed up, put away. My backpack's hiding behind the tree there. There it is. We'll say goodbye to the tree monster. Kept us safe last night. Scared away the squatch. That's the way out, and that's where I'm headed. See you on the trail. Well, good morning. Here we go. Last leg of the journey. Got about 8 miles to go today. All of it on the North Country Trail. I wanted to get an early start this morning. I was up at like 5:45. It's 7:45 right now. It took me 2 hours to get my breakfast and get camp busted. I'm a slowpoke, but I have a little sense of urgency today. I got like I said, 8 miles to do, and then a 3-hour drive. And I'd like to get home mid to late afternoon, so I don't know if I can get back to my truck by noon. Kind of doubting it, but I'm gonna try. North Country Trail basically all passes through woodlands. You're high on a ridge. The views, overlooks are few and far between. So unless I come across something worth showing you, probably not gonna film too much today. So first stop this morning is Eddington Creek. For the remainder, there will be no more availability of water, so I have to stop there and top up, have enough to last me for the rest of the walk. So I'll see you there. We just came up that incline there. It says Manistee River Trail that way. So I guess technically what we were on was still the Manistee River Trail. And in front of us here is the sign NCT, North Country Trail. So this is the proper North Country Trail right here. And we're gonna go that way, south. So the trail's running along this nice wide bench here, cut into the side of this hill, and it goes up and 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 up. Oh, there's the top. This has the appearance of being an old logging road, probably, perhaps a railroad grade, but I kind of doubt it. I think it's a little too steep for that. Somewhere out there, probably half a mile, 3/4 of a mile away, it's the Manistee River, which we probably won't see again today. We're done with that. It's all going to be trees, canopy, tree tunnel. I slept a little bit better last night than I did the night before, but still not that great. It was, for the most part, a quiet night. I heard the beaver again, slapping his tail on the water. I'm almost positive that's what it was, because I saw a beaver. After I arrived at camp yesterday afternoon, I sat on the ledge overlooking the river and I watched a beaver swimming down there. Watched him pull out onto the shore and waddle up a little ways. I don't know where he was going. Probably had a tasty tree in there he was going to chew down. What was I talking about? Oh, sleeping. Yeah, it was a quiet night for the most part. It's funny, 150 feet above the river, and I could still hear it. There's the water down below is really turbulent, making gurgling and bubbling noises. I could hear that all night long. Huffing and puffing here. It's a steady incline. And there were owls most of the night. Barred owls. I had to look it up and figure out what owl goes hoo 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 hoo. But they were talking to each other all night long. I love it. That was Eddington Creek, popular stop. In fact, it's the only stop if you want water for the next 8 miles. So everybody stops there and tops off their jugs and bottles. I have probably 2.5, 3 liters of water now, which is going to be more than enough for the rest of the way. I probably won't even drink all of it, but better to have more than not enough. And I met one guy. Our paths converged back there. He was coming in from the trailhead to the north, and another couple came up. It's not that I'm antisocial, but I don't know. I just like to hike alone, unless it was a close friend, you know. Just rather, I enjoy the solitude. Then I can make my videos and blather like an idiot. So I say solitude, but I'm bringing you along, so how's that? It's a nice view of the creek with a little bridge over it there, and those folks down there still packing or filling their jugs. Crossed over Eddington Creek a little ways back there, and we're running, the trail's running along the ravine that the creek flows through. And here's a real nice site for camping right down alongside the creek. You could get half a dozen tents down there easily, or be the only one. It's up to you to remember this spot for next time. Oh, I just finished a little break here. Just had to stop. The sustained climb to the top of the ridge here. We're almost 1,000 feet in elevation, and I'll turn you around and show you. That's the view looking kind of south across. Somewhere out there is the Manistee River. That's about as good as it gets from up here. Very few breaks in the trees where you can look out and see a nice vista. That's where we came from, and that's where we're going. It's really nice up here too. There's a nice breeze blowing. Of course, at the top of the ridge, the wind's blowing right up the ridge. Keeps the bugs at bay, and it's I'm working up a sweat, although it's not that hot. It feels real good, cooling. Give you a few jiggly minutes of point of view. The point of view experience of the North Country Trail. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Really is an outstanding morning. It's so pretty. The woods are so pretty. Trees are just freshly leafed out in the last few weeks. Everything is still fresh and green. The air is clean and cool. There's a nice breeze. The bugs aren't being buggy yet. Couldn't think of a better place to be right now. Well, here's what passes for a vista, at least so far, along the North Country Trail. There is the opposite side of the Manistee River Valley. I don't know how many miles away that is. Just that narrow opening through those trees there you can see. I bet that's quite a sight in the autumn. If you've been paying attention, you've noticed that the blazes have turned back to blue on the North Country Trail. That section where they were white, that's like a connector trail between the Manistee River Trail and the North Country Trail. So I have a feeling that's why the blazes were a different color there, why they were white. As soon as I got on the NCT, they changed back to blue rectangles. On the Manistee River loop, Manistee River side, they were blue diamonds. So I'm learning, I think. Yesterday, near the end of my hike, I got crossed up. There was a switchback turn going up a small hill. Right at the apex of the switchback, another trail led off. So I went up the first leg of the switchback and just kept going straight. I missed the blue diamond, and all of a sudden I'm walking on a trail and it doesn't feel right. There's no blazes anyplace. It doesn't look like the trail gets very much use. I started getting this really bad feeling. I walked a little ways hoping I'd see a blaze, and there were none, so I came to my senses and turned around, walked back. I probably went a half a mile out of my way. That's bad at the end of a long day to waste time and mileage like that. But I got back on track. And as soon as I came to that apex of that switchback, I saw the blue diamond blaze that I totally missed. So, if you're hiking the Manistee River Trail northbound, and I think it was after the waterfall, just before you come to the river crossing, there'll be a short hill with a switchback. Be sure you follow the switchback. It'll be to your left, and you'll avoid making the mistake I did. This is another pretty section here. The woods are much denser here. We're on the backside of the ridge, the bluff that overlooks the Manistee Valley. We're going up the backside of it. Can you hear the birds? Man, I love that. What a great day to be in the woods. More point of view. Can you hear that creaking sound? That's my hips and knees. Just kidding. It's my backpack. The hip belt flexing. Oh, this is special. This is really special. Look at that hillside. You're gonna get tired of this. But I love these. This is another woodpecker buffet. All the way from the base to the top, that thing is riddled with woodpecker holes. The woodpecker buffet. 2 acorns, all you can eat. Acorns are the currency of the forest, so that would be like the $9.99 all you can eat old country buffet. When you sit down for a lunch break and you discover someone else has sat at the same log before you, except for a different reason. It's a pleasant little rest area. Sat and had a little peanut butter burrito, and now I'm on my way. I figure about 3.5 miles left to go back to the trail parking lot where I left my truck. All right, I'll give you fair warning. Here's another woodpecker tree. That's the famous elongated rectangular hole that a pileated woodpecker makes. But this tree has snapped right off, and you can see the insides, and you can see all the insect galleries in there, and sawdust that the beetles or larvae make. That's what that woodpecker's after. Have a look at this ravine. Trail is running along the shoulder of the slope here. Oh man, it keeps going up there. I can't even see the top. I think we're probably gonna switch back around to the other side. There's the ridge opposite, all the way down there. Oh, I made it to the switchback. Look at this ravine. That's going uphill. Keeps going up and up and up and up. I turned around 180. And there's the downside of it. It just came up that trail. And now I gotta go up that trail. I feel like there should be a stream running in this valley here, in this gulch. But there are no streams. Maybe lower down. It doesn't even look like it seeps. I don't know. Maybe the geology, undersurface geology is different here. The water just percolates down, way down deep, and doesn't run off the soil. All right, uphill. Still got at least another 100 feet to go. Makes my face look all flushed. Oh man, I'm overheating. Still going uphill too. Just never ends. It looks like we have another switchback coming up here too. Up to the head of a ravine and then up the other side continuing. Oh man, I wasn't planning on this. Everybody said this is an easy trail. No problem. Oh, they were wrong. Oh, I do believe we've reached the summit. And here's the side path. Going over to a little knoll over there. I'm going to go over and take another break. Look down at my GPS. It's telling me 1,126 feet of elevation. Well, how do I look? I look flushed. My face looks red. Whew. Just had a look at the map, and the map's showing contour lines on the map are showing an elevation of approximately 1,100 feet. God, I don't even know what that last ascent was. It just felt like a quarter mile. I know it was only probably a couple hundred feet, but wow, it just kept going up and up and up. And I think about a mile and a half to go yet, and 200, 300 feet of descent. That's going to be tough on the toes. Well, this is interesting. Someone has cut a directional arrow into the moss carpet here. There's the main trail. The arrow says go that way. Let's follow it and see. I'm not sure. I think this is the Red Bridge Tower overlook. Virtually every YouTube video you see of the North Country Manistee River Trail loop gives you this shot right here, walking into this overlook. So, who am I to break with tradition? As long as this really is Red Bridge Tower. You can't see anything. Can't see the forest for the trees. I do know that the heat is up today and the humidity is up today, and in the distance everything is hazy. It looks like the Blue Ridge Mountains almost. Well, I have a sense that I'm going to be back to the trailhead parking lot here in short order. I'll give you one more point of view of hiking the North Country Trail. The beautiful Michigan woods on an absolutely gorgeous late spring day. And I couldn't ask for anything nicer. Well, in a twist of ironic fate, that last clip I shot using my iPhone 6, and I exhausted my memory capacity. I'm like 20 minutes from the end of the trail. I was going to do a wrap-up clip and ran out of memory, so I've switched over to the old reliable iPhone 4. I don't want to do a parking lot video in summation of this adventure, so I decided to do a walkie-talkie trail chat. Anyway, try to compose my thoughts here. This has been an outstanding adventure. I am so glad that I did this. The weather, everything Absolutely everything about this 3 days and 2 nights has been perfect. I don't have a single complaint. My feet do, but I don't. Yeah. 2 completely different trails. North Country Trail, tunnel of trees, extreme elevation gain and loss, solitude of the forest, the sounds of nature around you. Manistee River Trail, every turn of the trail is a new discovery, a new vista, or a new type of forest that you're passing through. Cedar swamps and bogs, hardwood uplands, transition river edge, river bottom lands. It's just never ending. And yesterday I talked about ending my day's hike and camping along the creek over there, but and then returning on the same route, the Manistee River Trail. And I'm so glad I didn't do that, because I would have missed this glorious day along the North Country Trail. Perfection. So if you're a backpacker and you're considering doing this loop, I tell you, don't hesitate. Get out here and do it. It's just been glorious. Get out and do it. No excuses. So, unless something presents itself in the last 3/4 of a mile here, I'm going to sign off until the next adventure. Remember, there's never a bad day to be in the woods, and today has been one of the best. I hope you get your chance to get out there. Bye. Well, I was wrong, like I usually am. See this sign here? Red Hill Lookout. Up there. It's at least a mile from the place where I thought it was. I'm not going up. Too tired. Oh, my navigational skills are way off. Just looked at the map. From Red Hill Lookout, it's another mile to the connector trail, to the parking lot at the trailhead. Oh, man, I was hoping it was just around the corner. I don't know if my feet can hold out for another mile. Oh well, no choice. Well, this is the spot right here I believe that everyone has in their NCT Manistee River Trail Loop videos. Most people, I think they start out from Red Bridge and do the NCT the first day. And this is like the summit of the climb up from the trailhead parking lot. So everyone has to, they stop here and take a breather. And I don't blame them. That way, it's got to be close now. It's got to be close. The connector to the trailhead. See that signpost up there? That's it. Goodbye, North Country Trail. Salvation awaits at the MRT Upper River Trailhead. That last mile I hiked felt like the toughest mile I've ever walked in my life. No kidding. I am spent. Truly, truly well and good. Spent. How many of you have ever driven Interstate 70 in Colorado, coming out of the mountains into Denver. You get down out of the peaks of the Front Range and into the foothills, and you can see the plains ahead of you, the city of Denver spreading out, and you go, oh, thank God, I'm down out of the mountains. And then the next thing you do is you come to a sign over the freeway. It says, truckers, you're not down yet. Check your brakes. 6 and 7% grades ahead. Sharp curves. And then they have these runaway truck runoff ramps where if their brakes fail, well, that's how I feel right now, because I've got to go from 1,000 feet elevation down to about 800 in probably the span of 1/8 of a mile. Wish me luck. That's the way down. I'm sure it's going to get steeper. Here we go. It never shows on film how steep it truly is, but that just goes right down. Man, I hope my brakes are good. I'm actually using my trekking pole as a brake. I'm prodding it into the ground ahead of me and pushing on it to hold myself back. Part of that is because I'm spent. I'm so weak. I feel like I could tumble right over here. Maybe I should just roll down. I think there's enough trees that would stop me if I got going too fast. I just looked at the altimeter on the GPS. It says 804 feet, so I've already lost 200 feet of elevation. And man, I was less than 1/8 of a mile. Bit of confusion here. Manistee River Trail that way. That's where I just came from, North Country Trail. To the right says Upper River Trailhead. I wasn't expecting this, but that's where I want to go. I think I see cars ahead. Parking lot in sight. Hallelujah. Cold beer and a warm hamburger await in due time. Thanks for coming along, folks. I hope you enjoyed my adventure as much as I did. Until next time, bye.